Patience is the most important virtue. Thank goodness when we walk into a room and there's a light switch by the door and we flip it on, that freaking light comes on. Whoever invented that, they were one smart cookie. Can you imagine, particularly today in the instant gratification world, if we didn't have something as simple as a light switch, walk into a dark room and look around and go, what am I going to trip on? Damn, I wish I had a light switch. Damn, I wish I had a light. What's the sense of that? The sense of that is you have to work for knowledge. And that takes some time and that takes some patience. And you have to do that in life for your entire life, not just while your parents require you to. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but I want you to know that it particularly relates to your now somewhat dependent, inactive life because of neuropathy. We all know what codependency is, and that's when two people, or a person and an animal, or even a person and an inanimate object, require each other in order to survive. Independence is not just a physical thing. Independence is a mental thing. What do I mean? You sit back and you say, I am in charge of my life and I don't want anybody telling me what to do, particularly if when they do tell me what to do, things don't seem to work out too right. And these are people that are supposed to know what they're doing. They're certainly paid well enough. They're certainly educated long enough. They certainly act the part. But it takes patience to analyze what your condition is, what your circumstances are, to actively be interested in being in touch with whatever your plan of action is, whether it's a care plan or whatever. Since you're the one who is self-determined, you need to step back before you make any foolish move or any dangerous move. And you have to have the patience to analyze every aspect of that movement. When you lose your patience, cough drop, hoping to lubricate. When you lose your patience, you lose all chance of forward motion in your best interest. When you lose your patience, you are quick to act emotionally. When you lose your patience, you are quick to anger. You are quick to become frustrated. They talk about stress and they talk about frustration, and I can assure you, having a stressful life is not bad for you. That's actually healthy. It's good exercise. Frustration, different animal. Frustration is that thing that bugs you so bad because you have absolutely no control over a situation and you just don't see any way out. and the agony builds up and the pressure builds up and your blood pressure goes with it. And what happens then? Stress does not kill human beings. Stress is exercise. Frustration kills human beings. When you find yourself losing patience, step back. It takes walking up to a mirror, looking at yourself in the mirror, and analyze why you've lost your patience. Is it because of the frustration? Is it because of stress in your life? Or what you thought was stress but actually was frustration? Analyze it, think about it. Patience is extremely important. Taking the time to observe and absorb is totally necessary. When you get tested, there comes a point where you have to realize that in order to get what you want, you have to have the patience to educate yourself to be able to accomplish what you want. The days of somebody handing you a spoon with food on it, or playing the airplane Zoom game and saying, open your mouth, those days are past. You really don't want to go back to those days unless you repeat the last 50 or 60 years, time machine wise. You're getting closer to the end once you get to that point at our age and forward. So when you see something you don't understand and you don't know, you say, how do I accomplish gaining the knowledge? You don't say, somebody tell me, and gain it that way. You need to work for it. You need to have the patience to ask the proper question, which is, where do I find out about this? Where do I find out about that? Come to the party with the desire to learn. Come to the party and expect that nobody's going to hand you anything. Nobody handed us anything. That's not why we're here for you. We're here to tell you the secret that's soon not to be a secret, that is going to get you out of your mired pile of dung. You want to not be taking the medications that the doctor gave you. You want to not be hurting. You want to not be feeling exhausted and not yourself. You want your active life back again. You want to be that person you were, and gain the knowledge and gain the perspective of the experience that those of us who have been down this road and have been living with this for 12, 15, 20 years and have found a way to take the edge off and to roll symptoms back, take advantage of it. Patience. Patience is a virtue so that you can learn and you can solve your issue. And that's really what this place is about. It's about solving the issue. Patience, education, eliminate frustration, absorb like a sponge, and I guarantee you'll end up feeling completely different in terms of your outlook, your level of frustration, in a relatively short period of time. If you are in pain management and you love your drugs because they're all free, I got nothing for you here. We don't use drug therapy to cover symptoms. It's not here. What we do is we spark life into your body by feeding it what it is supposed to have. And you have to try and adapt your lifestyle to not continually be smothering that spark by things that you consume. You are what you eat. We gain everything in our life by what we put into our mouth, and add to that the sunshine that we get. That's the secret. It's not Neurontin. It's not gabapentin. It's not Lyrica, and it's not Movantic or Relistor. And those are the little things that they give you when you can't poo because they've given you too many Percocets. And if you think that everything else is bullshit, go find another group to hang out in. Because we are not about using pharmaceuticals to cover symptoms. We are about getting rid of the pharmaceuticals so that we don't have the extra symptoms on top of our symptoms, and we actually get relief from nutrition, from better health. If we could all eat perfectly, there wouldn't be a need for supplements. So I leave you with that message. Patience is the most important virtue, and you'll find that the less patience you'll have as a result of the circumstances you are in, the angrier and the more frustrated you will become. You've heard knowledge is power. It's a fact. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is recovery. What the doctor told you is not true. What did the doctor tell you? The doctor said, "I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do to help you. All we can do is try to make you feel more comfortable." Why didn't the doctor just hand you a gun? Why didn't the doctor just give you a map to the nearest cliff? Maybe one day we'll have an answer to that.
We are houseplants. We require water, sunshine, and nutrition to thrive. Healing does not discriminate. If your body is prepared to do its work, it doesn't really care what work needs to be done, and it only has one place of employment. It works full-time, overtime, and requires the simplest mix of compensation, the greatest component of which is your frame of mind. As for rolling back your symptoms and restoring your quality of life, the protocol works. To find out how the Protocol 525 can change your life, join Solutions to Peripheral Neuropathy Pain and Discomfort, a Facebook support group. To access more videos from our Protocol Learning Series archive, visit facebook.com/groups/SPNPD.